This is Tin Caps Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Welcome back to Tin Caps on Deck, presented by Hoopie Insurance Services. Getting ready for this Thursday night showdown here at Parkview Field between your Fort Wayne Tin Caps and the Great Lakes Loons. Joined here by our pregame guest in Kavares Tears this evening. KT, a 2-homer game for you yesterday, the 4th multi-homer game by a Tin Cap this season. You did it in your first 2 at-bats. What was that initial feeling last night?
I came up, had a plan going into the game, and, I just made sure to stick to my plan and not let myself come off of it. And I was fortunate enough in, the first couple of pitches I get to be able to execute it.
That first inning, it was an 0-1 breaking ball right over the heart of the plate. You didn't miss it and caught the barrel. Is that what you were sitting on?
Honestly, no. This guy, you got to respect their whole staff's fastballs. Like, they all have, pretty decent, I won't say pretty decent, really good fastballs. So always got to be ready for that. But like I said, just sticking with my plan, be on the fastball, and then, if something's up that I think I can handle, just take a good swing at it.
You and I have talked this year about this, and your manager, Jonathan Matthews, has complimented you as well on your ability to handle spin, hit breaking balls, and hit them well this season. What do you think that best attributes to your approach and just your ability to pick up off speed early and go after it?
I think for me, just not trying to do too much. I think a lot of times when I try to do too much, I don't see the ball as good, or I think I can handle a pitch when it's not as close to the strike zone as maybe I thought. But yeah, just get in the box and wanting to compete and just not trying to do too much with it.
Your second homer in your second at bat came on the first pitch. I'm not sure if you know this, but 7 of your 11 home runs this season have come on the first pitch. What a part of your approach and just the aggressiveness and going after the first pitch is that much implemented overall?
Yeah, for me, I've always thought I'm always better off whenever I'm, when I get good pitches early in the count. If I take good swings on it, try to put it in play, I always find myself, having better results, I guess you can say, than sometimes letting the count work too deep. I think it's good when you are able to do that. But, I think if you can get, those first couple of pitches, that you got a good one that you like, I think you should take advantage of it. And that's what, I've been trying to do.
11 games into this second half, you talk about seeing the end of that South Bend series all week last week against Lake County on the road and back here at home. Just what's been the mentality for this group in half number 2? A lot of fresh faces here as well.
I think just, we got some new faces around and, new guys that coming up from Lake Elsinore where they, they clinched the first half and they did really well. And, just having them all kind of mesh well with us and, we take some things from them and they take some things from us and we just, come together as a team and, try to put a good product out on the field when it's time to play.
Talk about meshing. The last time I interviewed you here at home, it was right after a competition day, exit velocity day, and batting practice. That's what you guys had here today, and obviously there's always controversy to be had in challenges like that. And just talk about this group and what you guys did today and that competition level for this team.
Yeah, so we had, today on the field we hit fastballs, but only swings that would count, like points would count, had to be 95 plus, and I think what that does, it just kind of helps you shrink the zone and really hunt the pitch that that you can do damage on. And Johnny adds the competition part to it with each other, where he kind of allows us to kind of go back and forth with each other, kind of makes it fun. Kind of get on, mess around with one another, and just compete.
Now, you guys didn't have the Hawkeye or any of the data out there. It was just your eye test. You think one team was trying to lean into it and cheat more than the other on what was 95 and what wasn't?
I'm not going to say any names, but the opposing team was definitely doing what they could to make sure they could win, when that even included not giving us points when we should have gotten points. But we ended up winning, so I guess it did better.
Along with this group, looking at yourself here in the second half, what are you hoping to continue to stress, whether it's at the plate, in the field, on the bases, to continue your growth here in 2026?
I think all of those you can always improve in the box, on the base pass, on defense. But I think you'll find your best results and the best process when the main thing is going out there and just trying to compete and win the game.
News broke yesterday that Cash Mayfield, your teammate, guy who's going to get the ball tomorrow night, the Friday night starter for this team this season, will be heading out to Philadelphia, participating in the Futures game. It's the 5th straight year an active Tin Cap has played in the Futures game. Just talk about him and what he's been able to do for this group this season and the opportunity ahead for him.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a very special opportunity for him and definitely well-deserved. He's a special kid, and I could see that. We both got drafted together, and going through draft camps and all the camps and stuff, the time we spend together and the times I've seen him throw and the person he is, I think the sky's the limit for him, and I think this is just another step in where I think he'll end up being at for a very long time.
Andy Ockham here with Kavares Tears prior to first pitch on this Thursday night. One last question for you. A couple nights from now, 4th of July, the biggest party this summer here in Fort Wayne with all the post-game fireworks and everything going around the ballpark. I guess, one, how excited are you for Saturday? And two, any big 4th of July memories playing baseball for you growing up?
Yeah, I definitely think I'm looking forward to Saturday and all the fans coming out. I love, me personally, I love playing, in front of a packed house. I think that brings a little bit more of that adrenaline and that, that want to just, succeed and win for all the people that came out. And, yeah, I think, honestly, my whole career is, we've played July 4th and around that time. And, I think for me, it's just a blessing to be able to play on such a special day for our country and, being able to represent my country and everybody around, like being on the baseball field and, doing what I love to do the most.
KT, appreciate the time as always, man.
Absolutely.
Lineups of first pitch coming up next right here on the Tin Caps Radio Network.
Podcasts by Federated Media.